Hey guys, today I am reviewing the Breville Smart Oven 800XL. It's a mouthful. My girlfriend and I, she's filming, say hello.
Hello.
We received this as a gift about 3 months ago, and it's really been pretty great. We hardly even turn on our regular oven unless we have a really large roast or something similar to cook. So I just want to go through a few of the features. So, you know, if you're looking to purchase this, you know what you're getting into. It is on the higher end price-wise compared to other toaster ovens. So it's important to know that. However, I really think it's worth it. If you're going to spend $150 to $200 on a convection oven or a toaster oven, it's probably worth it to go with this one because this is definitely the best. Judging from all the reviews I've read, and now 3 months into using this. So let me show you a few of the features. The first thing you'll notice when you open the door, the grate slides out automatically. I'll do that again so you can see. There's magnets in the door that will pull that out. So that's really handy. It only works when it's on the middle rack. I wish they would find a way to do that on all the racks, but it is what it is. You can very easily change the rack height. There's a top height and bottom height right there. I'll put it back to the middle. And also on the door, if you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of dark, but this top says broil, this says toast, cookie, bagel, pizza, and bake, roast, reheat, and warm. It actually tells you, based on the settings you're going to choose on your menu, where you should put the rack. And Breville has basically engineered this oven to know where to put the rack to have even heating, whether you're making a pizza, cookies, a roast, or something similar. So I would go by what they say. It seems to work really well. We've made pizza. We've made, what else have we made in this? On the bottom rack, baking. We made some brownies. Muffins. So it seems to work really well. I would go by what's on the door. So as far as pans, Breville comes with, they say a 13-inch pizza pan. I believe it's 13. We weren't sure if it was 12 or 13. Works pretty well. We've made several pizzas on it. The Breville itself cooks the pizza exceptionally well. They've engineered a way to make it crispy but not burnt, and you can choose frozen or fresh. So it comes with that. It also comes with this roasting pan. Basically it's two pieces. This goes in. You're supposed to be able to put your whatever roast you're making on top of this. It drips into the drip pan. However, we do use the drip pan for other things. We'll put a piece of foil on it, put a sandwich, whatever. We'll also put, foil directly on the grate and put our toast or our sandwich. That way we don't have crumbs. But on that note, there is a great crumb tray here, as you can see. Slides right out. We just cleaned it, so it's pretty dirty. You can then wash it, empty the crumbs, and it just slides right back in. All this does get pretty hot, except the handle here. So I wouldn't recommend touching that after you've baked or cooked. So what we purchased, in addition to the pans that came with the Breville, were some pans that Nordic Ware makes. Nordic Ware is a US-based company. They make all their products in the US, so we like them for that. Not that we have anything against other countries, but we're in the U.S., so why not buy from the U.S.? And they make these really great aluminum pans. We have some for our full-size oven, so we figured why not try them for the Breville oven. So this is a Nordic Ware quarter sheet, and as you can see, it fits very nicely in the oven. And you can put probably 6 cookies on these pans, so if you wanted to do a couple different batches, we have 2 of these, so we can switch out the batches. If we're making a roast, let's say a big turkey in the oven, we can do something in here as well for dessert. So that's that. We also have a Nordic Ware muffin tin, I guess you'd call it, muffin pan. It's also made of aluminum. It's pretty hefty, but it's a 12 cupcake muffin pan. That also fits very well. We've tried both of these. Aluminum cooks very evenly, and especially since you have the convection option, as well as these smart coils. I forget what they call them, intelligent coils that basically turn on the amount that they need to turn on within the heating element. Maybe it's a smart element. I'm sure you could see it on their reviews. So we bought those pans, and then also we had a Cuisinart loaf pan that we make bread and banana breads and things like that in. And a loaf pan will very easily, even on the center rack, fit in there like so. So those are pans. I can show you a few of the functionality things here. You have a couple of dials. You have one that's temperature or darkness, one that's time. It also says pizza, size, or slices. So your first option, though, is your function dial. You can go toast, bagel, bake, roast, broil, pizzas, or pizza, cookies, reheat, and warm. So one we use the most probably is bake. So you'd select bake. It'll remember your previous selection or your previous temperature within your selection. So you see here last time we used it, it was 325 for 30 minutes. If we want to adjust the temperature, we just turn this dial. So let's say we're going to change it to 350 and we want it for an hour. We'll go up to an hour. There we go. We can turn convection off, let's say, and then we hit the start button, and you can see it turns amber color instead of the blue. And amber means that the elements are running. They are heated, in this case preheating. So when it's done preheating, it will beep. We'll put our whatever we have into it, and as soon as this countdown is done, it actually turns the oven off. So if you happen to forget, it'll turn it off. I'm not sure we 100% like that feature, because once in a while we'll be in the other room and we won't have set we'll have set it for 15 minutes even though the recipe calls for 20, and all of a sudden we come back and it's been off for a minute and we have to then preheat it. So it depends who you ask, I guess, but for the most part, if we set it for 15, we want more time. All you have to do is during the cycle you turn the time dial and it'll add to it. So I'm going to turn this off just because we don't need to run it. You just push that button and it goes right off. I'd say some of the best features, I guess will come back to me. Some of the best features are power saving. Obviously a big clunky oven turned on just if you wanted to make 12 cupcakes, for example, or a loaf or a small bread. Doesn't really make sense to heat up a large oven. We're here in a fairly small apartment in New England, and in the summer it could be very hot and you're turning on your oven, it's going to heat up your entire apartment. If you have a small apartment, and air conditioning obviously costs money. So this throws some heat, but definitely not as much as a full-size oven, and definitely doesn't take as much power either. I think the best thing for us, other than those, would be the fact that we can multitask in the kitchen. If you're like most people, you have a single oven and 4 sets of burners. So if you're cooking dinner, you want to make a casserole, for example, or dessert, for example. This is more than just a toaster oven or something that's going to heat things up. You can literally cook a part of your meal in it. So we really love it. We're still learning new things about it, but like I said, it's been about 3 months, and we felt that we should do a review because we think it's a great product from Breville. It's the 800 Smart Oven 800XL, and we'll check back in if we find things we don't like. But other than that, go buy yourself one if you can. Take care.